Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, Christian Watson, Dre Greenlaw, Cooper Kupp, Myles Garrett, and now Justin Herbert. All big names in the NFL that have suffered mild to severe injuries in the past 12 months. One would think this is merely a coincidence, that all these events are unrelated, but when data is analyzed and the nature of these injuries are compared, it reveals the truth about the NFL. They have an injury problem, and I think I know why. Sprains, strains, and tears are the most common injuries we are seeing in the NFL right now. As an enjoyer of football, it is easy to brush these off as something that just happens, that athletes need to deal with it. But as a strength practitioner like myself, it is impossible to ignore the fact that all of these are strength injuries, in specific, reactive strength. So I'm bringing you guys here into the whiteboard to explain exactly what reactive strength is. So first of all, reactive strength is the result of the interaction between the connective tissue labeled as CT and the nervous system labeled as CNS, central nervous system. Both of those combined, the connective tissue coming up and the central nervous system coming down, results in reactive strength. Now, the way reactive strength is observed is by the phenomenon we call athleticism. When you look at someone and you say someone is more athletic than someone else, it is because their reactive strength is more efficient. Their nervous system and their connective tissues are operating together in a more efficient way, resulting in better athleticism. And really what that is the efficiency of how quickly you go from an eccentric contraction to a concentric contraction. The quicker you can switch between the two and the more powerful each one is, the more athletic you are. Great, now we understand how reactive strength works. But where's the problem? The biggest problem is the allocation of time and energy developing these two systems, in particular by strength coaching teams of these sports organizations. For starters, these organizations and their strength coaching staff aren't necessarily clear on what reactive strength is and what are the components of it. What usually happens is they're told by their superiors or by the head coach or by the coaching staff in general that they need their athletes to get stronger. Now, stronger is a pretty broad statement. A lot of things can be stronger. It's like stronger where? Across which range of motion? Max strength, speed. What type of strength are we talking here? Where's that strength going? What tissues of that part of the body need to be stronger? What does stronger mean? There isn't a very clear definition of what that is. So what happens is people end up defining strength as just simply moving more weight, which is a job that highly tasks more of the nervous system side of things, therefore creating more adaptations for the nervous system as opposed to the biological elements, which are the connective tissues. Therefore, the neurology side of things, as you guys can see up here, gets really, really big and thick, whereas in the biology side of things, which is where the connective tissues are, doesn't get as big and thick. It's actually the opposite. The more energy you spend up here, the less energy you spend maintaining and developing this is going to fall into deterioration. It's not going to just stay stagnant. And that nervous system training works so good and so great, and it gets the neurology side of things so big, so strong, so thick, and so prepared, and the connective tissue side of things so underprepared and so weak, that eventually that imbalance makes it so that the nervous system, the CNS, ends up blowing out the biology, which is the connective tissues, which is exactly what we see, the tears, the sprains. And just to put this into context here, the Green Bay Packers had 3 pec tears during their last offseason. If this doesn't show a clear lack of preparation on how to deal with these injuries by these organizations, I don't know what does. And I would argue injury mitigation is like 90% of the job in the first place. Really, for these high-level athletes, you don't really need to train them for performance. You just got to get their body out of the way so that their nervous system can do the job. Make sure their biology can keep up with their already peaked and their already insane nervous system, already their insane reactive strength and their performance ability. Both the neurology and the biology need to be in synchronicity so that we can prepare our body for sports performance, to develop more reactive strength, to develop our athleticism, but most importantly, to protect ourselves from injuries. And thankfully, there are systems of training out there that give us the tools necessary to allow us to train both of these elements independently and prepare them for our favorite sports and activities. Recently, I built a school platform to teach active adults how to prevent, prepare, and protect their bodies for sport and exercise. In there, you will find a massive exercise library with hundreds of exercises targeting all the layers of anatomy spoken about in this video, as well as a roadmap teaching you how to use these exercises alongside programs, consultation calls, and personalized Loom reviews from me to check your form and give you all the support you need to start training the layers of your body that you currently may be ignoring, just as much as the NFL organizations are ignoring the layers of the anatomy of their athletes. Click the link in the description below to access a limited time offer with a massive discount. This offer will only last until the platform is fully built and you'll get to keep the founder's pricing forever. I hope to see you guys in there.